He just set scars that never felt a wound. Soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal liberty is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it cast off. It is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she knows nothing. What of that? Her eyes discourages. I will answer it. I am too blind. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all of heaven, having some business to do, to treat her eyes, to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars. As daylight doth a lamp her eyes in heaven, would thou the airy regions seemed so bright. The birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon thy hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon thy hand, that I might touch the cheek.
Ah, me!
He speaks! Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious as this night, being o'er my head as a winged angel of heaven. Onto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals, and falls back to gaze on him, when he betrays the lazy pacing clouds, and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father, refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, thou not a Montague. What's a Montague? Is it not hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man? Or be some other name? What's in a name? That which we call a rose, be any other name, would smell as sweet. So Romeo, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I will be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
Romeo, I cannot hear thee. Call me? What man art thou that thus be screened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written it, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know that sound. Art thou, Romeo? And am on.
Neither, fair saint, if either thee this
How camest thou hither? Tell me, wherefore? The arches all are high, and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who art thou, and if any can whence find thee here.
with love's white light wings did I perch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. And what love can do, the dares love attempts. Therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Black there lies more pearl in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against thy enmity.
I would not for the world they see thee here.
Have night's cloak to hide me from their sight, but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death progeared waiting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
My love, that first did prompt me to inquire. I am no pilot, yet there wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for more merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek. For that which thou hast heard me speak tonight, fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. A lover's perjuries, they say, do last. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkst I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse, and say they nay. Therefore thou mayst think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning, so be strange. I should have been more strange, I may confess, but that thou overheardst ere I were aware my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impugn this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady by yonder, blessed moon, I swear, the tips that silver all of these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the circle her orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my adultery, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear, although I joy in thee. I have no joy of this contract night. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be, ere one can say, it lightens. Sweet good night, thus bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, might prove a reader's.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
To exchange thy loves of faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Dost thou withdraw for what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again, and yet I wish but for the things I have. My bounty is a boundless as the sea. My love is deep, the more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Dear, some noise within, dear love, adieu.
Juliet!
Anon, good nurse, sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed night, I am afear, being in the night, this is all but a dream, too flattered sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed, if that thy bent of love be honorable. Thy proposed marriage send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes and that at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come anon, but if thou meet'st not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
By and by I come, to cease thy suit, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive, my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst, to want thy light. Love goes toward love to schoolboys from their books, but love from love toward school with heavy looks.
Hist, Romeo, hist! Oh, for Falconer's voice to lure that tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud, else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and make her hairy tongue more hoarse than mine, with repetition of my Romeo's name. Romeo!
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ear.
Romeo!
My sweet,
1 o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee.
by hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgotten why I called thee back.
Let me stand here, till thou remember.
I shall forget to have thee still, and stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay, to have thee still forgotten, forgetting any other home but.
'Tis almost morning, I would have thee gone, and yet no farther than a woman's bird. Then lets it hop a little from her hand, like a poor prisoner in his sweet twisted gyves, and with a silk thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of this liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, then I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep in peace, so sweet to rest? Hence will I to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.